Okay, it has been a long time since I've done this. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I don't really give two fucks. Anyways, guys, you might be seeing from title, picture, whatever. Well, reason I'm not on my computer doing this is, if you cannot notice from that, is virus. Fucking viruses. Hate those shit. I don't know how it got in my computer. Don't care. Don't give two shits. It's gonna get fixed. And today's video is from the title. You guys can already tell. It's gonna be another deku. What if I said I wasn't gonna do any of these left? But I really don't see how I can do this without. I really all I know is fucking deku. What the fuck I'm gonna be doing is just putting deku into a world of fucking shit. So it's not even gonna be with the plot line, so it really doesn't matter. So we're gonna be doing what if Deku was in the SCP Foundation. I don't give two shits. I might change the title to something else shit. Anyways, sorry for the cussing, don't give two shits. If any of you guys don't like that, you can go fuck yourselves. Anyways, back to the story. So Deku was... Everybody uses that. So Zuko was a young child. A very young child. Around the ages of 11 at the time. He was diagnosed quirkless. In the world of quirks, he was considered an outcast. His father, so to say, left when he figured that out. He knew what his father who he was. He was such a nice man till he figured out the day he was quirkless. His mother thought he was a scumbag, and the reason his father left, well, technically was, technically wasn't. His father was just a scumbag. Anyway, so back to the story plot, whatever shit. So basically, he was bullied and all that, but it was a little bit more rough around the edges, because he didn't have his mother, so to say, to keep him stable. And when he figured out All Might didn't want him, because in this, All Might figured out that he, like the non-dumbass he should be, he could probably get a surgery to fix his side. So he did that. Nazu was actually being smart and actually fixed it. Instead of being like, anyways. So he basically could have enough time to talk with Deku without bringing him on the roof. When he talked with him, he told him straight off no. And what he did after that is humiliating. He laughed. He laughed as hard as he could, not stopping. He started crying tears of laughter, saying, "Ha ha ha ha! You think a quirkless person can be a hero? Really? You should tell this person to give up on their dreams." But Zuko didn't like that answer. Well, he didn't expect that answer from him. What he expected was, oh, you could be a hero, or if you trained hard enough, you could possibly be one day. Not straight up laughing in his face, maniacally telling him straight off no. All Might didn't stop, so he just kept on going, walking away from this pathetic man of a person. Deku's opinion on life changed that day. He had nobody to go to, nobody who cared about him. Couldn't go to his mother either, because she was a dipshit. So basically what he did was he went in the forest. And when he was in the forest, he saw a door. He was questioning what a door was doing in the middle of nowhere. And on one side of the door, it said SCP. And on the other, it said, well, FNAF, let's just say. It said FNAF. Now, I might be using this in a different narrative. So, basically what Deku did was he opened the door, he walked around the door, saw the two signs, and was questioning. The door looked like it opened on the SCP side. It looked like it was an open instead of a push door. But it looked like it could be pushed on the other side as well. So what he did was he went on the other side where the SCP was, and he opened it. What happened next was a blur to him. Next thing he knew, he was on the ground, in the middle of a forest. Now, he doesn't know this forest. It doesn't look like the forest he was in. It doesn't look like any forest he knows of. It was dark out. But last time he remembered, it was the middle of the day, like near the end, like 1:30. So either he had to be out for a long time, or something was different. So what he did was he kept on walking and walking for hours on end. He got tired, he had some breaks, he was hungry, he was thirsty, he was only a child. A very smart child, so to say. So basically what he did was he waited for a little bit until his energy came back. And he started walking. Not running, not jogging, because he knew energy would be wasted. He doesn't know how far he is from anybody or where anybody is, so he wants to keep his energy clean and safe. So when he's walking for a little bit, he finds the city. When he came into the city, he saw some food. It was a hot dog stand. Now, what Deku looked like was he looked like a homeless person, so to say. Messy hair, dirt all over him, looked malnourished and hungry. Stomach was growling. So he went up to the man and looked at the food. He knew he had no money on him, so he turned away. The man saw him and stopped him. Like the nice person he was, he asked Deku where his parents were, and he said, "I don't know." And the man asked, "Oh, child, do you know your phone number or address?" In the sweet voice Deku could muster. No. My mother never gave it to me, and I usually remember from memorization, but I don't remember where it is. And what the man did was he gave the child some food and told him, "I hope you find your parents," which Deku, he did not. He did not wish to find him. He did not wish to see them. He did not wish to speak to them. So when he was done eating, he kept on walking. He lived in that city for a long time, surviving off of food and water he finds on the ground and stuff, and nice people. He sometimes gets to stay with some people, but he doesn't stay for long because he feels like a burden to them. So, after about 3 years, it took that long, but Deku finally realized he is not in the world that he remembers or place, he remembers. Because there was no crooks, there was no heroes, there was no villains. There was only criminals, and police, and firemen. Deku wished he lived here, but instead of in his wherever he lived, he figured out this was America. He speaks a little bit of English from his school, and then he started picking up on other words. He wasn't fluent in English, but he wasn't completely absent in it. He could ask and hold a conversation for a little bit. Some words might be tricky, like new words, big words, but small words like the, or a place, or an address, or a name, he could understand and speak. So, what he did was, when he was walking around one day, he found an abandoned place. It looked like it looked like the gym. It looked like an abandoned gym. It looked like a place that, well, hasn't been cleaned in years. So, what he did was he thought this would be a nice place to stay. Out of the cold, a little bit warm, could find some stuff to stay. So what he did, what he did was he sat in a corner and was about to fall asleep when immediately somebody opened the door. He thought somebody was coming in here because they saw him or something, and he's not supposed to be here, so he stayed quiet. As quiet as he could. He heard what the man said. I have to get rid of this. Nobody should ever have this. And what Deku realized was the man did not notice him and was holding something, but it was still around his neck. The man looked over and saw Deku. He stiffened up and asked, "How long have you been there?" Deku said, "Before you came." And he said, "Okay, good. You look like a nice person. Can you promise a dying man one wish?" Deku looked up at the man and said, "What is it?" The man told him to never let anybody have this necklace. Necklace, and never to wear it. And that's what Deku said he would do. So what he did was when the man took it off, he collapsed on the floor. And Deku took the necklace. I swear to God, I'm not going to be able to say this correctly. Necklace from the man, and then he heard footsteps, like a SWAT team of some sorts was gonna bust in. And when they did, Deku was scared and hid the I swear to God, I'm not gonna get this word right. Necklace behind his back and put it in one of his pockets. He went up to the man and bent down and acted like he was worried about him, like he just fainted out of nowhere or something. They came in and asked the kid, what is he doing here? And he told them, I
I was sleeping here, and then he came in and collapsed on the floor. We need to call a doctor. Somebody. I think he needs medical attention. They looked at the child and thought, you have to give him amnesia. Do we even have any on us? Kid. Yeah? Did the man tell you anything before he collapsed? Or give you anything? He said, no. No, he didn't. All he did was come in here, look in my direction, and he passed out. Was he wearing anything? Why are you asking this? You should be calling an ambulance or something. I'm sorry, kid. We need to. No, he was not. I swore he had it on him. If you say so. Are you gonna call an ambulance? Yeah. We'll take him to a medical place. Don't you worry, kid. Okay. Hope he gets better. I sure he will. Once we find that necklace. Okay. Hey, kid. Yeah? You said you were sleeping in here. Yeah? What is a kid your age doing in a place like this? I don't have a home. What about your parents? They're dead, I think. I don't remember. I don't know. It's been 3 years since I've seen them last. Since I've seen my mom. And it's been... Jesus Christ, I can't do math in my head. It's been 7 years since I've seen my dad. Sorry for your loss, kid. Be on our way. Okay. Here's some money. Go buy yourself some food. And a new pair of clothes. Okay. So, they gave him about enough money to buy some food and clothes. He bought some food first and drinks with the money. Now you might be wondering, who were those people? Well, some might already know, some might not. So, what Deku did was he got some food, he got some clothes, he got his hair done and some other stuff. And he was looking as new as good. And with this new improvement, he thought he could possibly get a job, get some money, and do some stuff. Now you might be wondering also, what is he gonna do with that necklace? I swear to fucking God, if I can't get this word down, I am going to scream. The amulet, better word, amulet. What he's gonna do with it? Well, once he got a stable job and all that, he almost forgot about it. But then he saw it on his desk. He still lives in that abandoned place. He doesn't have enough money, but he had enough money to buy a little desk, some food, and a mattress, and some blankets. And basically, he saw it and was like, oh yeah. It's like, what did the guy say again? I can't remember. I'll just put it on. It looks nice. So that's what he did. He put it on. And when he did, he fell unconscious and was in a room super, super black and dark. He could not see his own hand in front of him. And then he saw it got a little bit lighter and lighter, but not light enough to see far. He saw a man in front of him. That man said, "What are you doing in here? Aren't you supposed to be erased?" "I don't know. I put on the Netflix. I put on the amulet. And I was here." "Well, it seems like it's my time to go. It seems like you outpowers me." So, before he left, he told him a little bit about this world. Because he doesn't think, about SCPs and stuff. He didn't think he was out of this world. He thought he didn't, because he was a civilian, he didn't know about the SCP Foundation. And told him a bit about himself before he disappeared. When Deku woke up, he was in the same area, and he looked outside, and it looked around the same time that he put on a necklace. And so basically he hid it under his collar of his shirt so nobody could see it. Because he learned that if he takes it off, the body will die, but his mind, brain, and soul and memories will not, and will be passed on to the next body. So when he went back to work, you might be wondering where he's working at. Well, he's working at a cafe, so to say, and he's a good worker. The manager is very nice and doesn't tolerate anybody being mean to any of the staff or stuff. And if he needs a day off for a mental break or needs a break, she totally understands. She will give breaks to people that work hard, like Deku. But if you're, say, a person that misses work often, on purpose or not, if it was on purpose or something, or just a skip without telling or giving a reason, in multiple times in a row, she usually either fires or doesn't give breaks. Usually just fires a person who does that. She has tons of nice people that work there because they know how she works, and that if they work hard, she will give them breaks when they need them. They can also choose when their break time of work is, but they cannot have more than about an hour of a break or two, depending on how long they've been working. Say they worked half the shift, they can have 2 hours, but if they worked only a quarter, they can only have an hour or so. So basically, he went back to his work, and he was talking with one of a customers. She seemed like a nice lady, and he started a conversation with her. She talked with him and all that, and he took his break at this time and have a conversation with her because she seemed nice. And then it got to the conversation of, because he moved a little bit his collar, which showed his necklace. And she asked him, because she didn't want to be out of the obvious or out of thing, "What is that around your neck?" And And he told her, "Oh, it's just a necklace that I got from somebody." Could I look at it? No, thank you, if that's fine with you. I don't like showing stuff. My mother gave it to me before she, quote unquote, died. He didn't say quote, but died. And that's his alibi for that. And she's like, "Oh, okay." She got a mental image of it and she remembers it, but she can't place her finger on it for a few minutes. Deku left, and when she left, she went back to her work. And she was looking up some stuff until she found SCP-963. The necklace, if I'm remembering the name of it correctly, 963. I think that's the name of it. The necklace. Name. Let me see. I just need to double check. I don't want to make sure it's something else. Yep, it's 963. And she's like, "I knew it." So basically, what she did was she told her higher ups, which was above her, which wasn't the 05. She wasn't the highest, but she wasn't on the low scale. So she told them, and they got a team to try and take back him. They thought it was still Dr. Bright trying to live a life instead of being here, trying to escape. So when they followed Deku and brought him, they saw him back at the abandoned place, and it looked like it had been a little bit cleaned. It looked like there was bedding, there was some furniture, some food, and some water. Some money on the table because he had no bank account to put them on, and that stuff. So basically, they waited until he fell asleep, and then they went in and moved his shirt and saw the necklace. And they knew immediately, it's Dr. Bright. Well, they thought. When they brought him back, they brought him to an interrogation room and waited until he woke up. And a woman came in saying, "You know what happens when you try to escape, Dr. Bright?" Izuku was a little bit confused, and then he remembered. "Oh, it's the SCP Foundation Dr. Bright was talking about. They think I'm Dr. Bright, huh? Might be a little bit fun to trick them." I do have some knowledge of what Dr. Bright, basically everything, because the memories of Dr. Bright also came with Deku. So that's why he could do some stuff. That's why he was a little bit smaller and stuff. So the memories from him went to Deku. So basically, he said, "Oh, really? I could not stay out there for a little bit longer." "No, Dr. Bright, you can't. You know the rules." "Oh, fella, be so nice and let me have some freedom. I wasn't doing any harm, was I?" "No, Dr. Bright, no, you were not. It didn't seem like it. But you know the rules." "Oh, what rule was that again? I forgot." "Rule number 27. No leaving the..." I don't remember the rule. I am not gonna have to look up Dr. Bright's rules anyways. Rule number 1 says, "You may not leave the building without another person." "Oh, so to say, I just wanted a little bit freedom. Well, this freedom has now put you back in here. If you wanted to go out, you could have asked one of us. But you would have said no. Dr. Bright, we could probably get something arranged if you wanted it. But my sweet lady, it's so much fun out there by yourself. You get a little new stuff every day. Dr. Bright, I've told you, you may not leave the building. Oh, my sweet fella. Fine, if that's what you have it. I won't leave the building. Anyways, what was I working on before I left again? You were working on SCP, 25. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of some numbers of SCPs. You weren't working on any SCPs, Dr. Bright. Oh, I thought I was. It's been a while. Might have gotten mixed up. Fine. Stay in here and we'll get you settled back into place. All that. We'll give you your uniform back. My uniform? Oh, is it in perfect condition then? Yes, Dr. Bright, it is. Do you know where my chainsaw is, though? Dr. Bright, you know the rules. Aw, shucks. I thought I would have gotten a chainsaw this time. And that's where I'm gonna land it off for today. I'll see you guys another time.